My apologies. I didn't plan on leaving you up here by yourself for that long. No, just needed to settle some plans with the innkeeper and his staff downstairs. We go back quite a ways, but it's important everyone has their story straight in case, well, the more traditional and lawful-minded folk ask questions. Although you'll be hard-pressed to find any of those around here. This really is one of the best safe houses in the region. All right, come here. What? What's wrong? It's just a hunting knife. Don't what? I'm sorry, love, I can't hear you through your stammering. Don't hurt you? I'm not going to hurt you. Why would you? Oh, the knife. No, no, that's on me. It's all right, love. It's okay. Hey, it's okay. Look, I'm going to put the knife down on the table. See? I have no intentions to harm or even touch you without your say-so. I'm sorry. Love, if I'd wanted you dead, I wouldn't have taken you with me and the others. And I definitely wouldn't use a hunting knife. That was an almost 6-hour journey here from the road we stopped you on. A 6-hour journey that we can normally make in half that time, I might add. I wouldn't slow down our progress with an amateur rider like yourself unless I planned to keep you safe. No, I'm not mocking you. Love, considering you haven't spent much time on horseback, you did fairly well considering your hands were bound. Speaking of, I'm going to pick up the knife again. If you would care to hold out your wrists, I'm going to cut the bonds. Am I worried you'll attack me if I cut you free? I mean, that is always a possibility in this business. But I'm curious what your plan would be after that. My comrades are still celebrating in the tavern below, so best chance is to escape out the window? And even after that, what would you do? What's your plan? Make it up as you go along? And how has that worked out for you so far? Love, take it from someone who has been in more than my fair share of infuriatingly compromising situations. Recognize an ally when you see one, and accept help when it's offered. No, I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm asking you to let me cut the bindings on your wrist so we can talk more comfortably. Is that a yes? Good. And let's untie that rag while we're at it. The rag is to keep the actual cord around your wrists from cutting into your skin. That's quite painful, especially after a long period of time. Take it from someone who knows. There now. Go ahead and rotate your wrists like this. That's it. It'll get the blood flowing again. Any other complaints while you're doing that? I imagine you're quite sore after such a long journey. How about that fall you took? How's your shoulder? Again, you can act tough for the others. I hardly blame you, but it's in your best interest to be honest with me. May I have a look at it? Oh, yes. Well, that'll bruise up quite nicely. May I move your elbow just a bit this way? All right. Any pain? Any sharp sensations? No? All right. Well, it's not broken. To be clear, I'm no physician, but from what I can tell. No, just a nasty tumble and you landed on your arm. No shame there. Everyone falls from time to time. And neither of us need to pretend like tonight hasn't been a shock for you. I've got something for that bruise. Just wait a minute. Emergency salve and bandages? Never travel without it. This might come as a shock, but despite my charming personality and humanitarian efforts, I seem to always be making the worst type of enemies. That was a joke, love. All right, well, why not you take this, and you don't know how the salve works. Bloody aristocrats. No, it's okay. I'll take care of your shoulder. Why not you just tell me what got you in this position in the first place? Who's chasing you? And whatever did you do to fall out of favor in the first place? I see. You're on the run from your father, who is... never heard of him. I'm a thief, love, not a socialite. Go on, I'm listening. Oh, so he's your stepfather. Ah, your mother remarried a few years ago. All right, and you're second in the line of succession. Well, that's a doubly poor deal from my understanding. Not much of an inheritance there as far as family wealth and land. No? That's not the problem, huh? Oh, I see. So you were happy that way. You didn't want to deal with your father's estates and titles. And you got on fairly well with your stepbrother. That's good. So what went wrong? Oh. Your stepfather never wanted you in the line of succession to begin with. He said that? About you? About his own wife's son? That's awful. But your mother insisted, and he finally gave in, yes. Well, a woman's power of persuasion knows no bounds. Especially when it comes to her children, so I'm told. And your father has hated you ever since, No offense, love, but that's quite a den of mad weasels you come from. I don't blame you for not wanting any part of their squabbling. Do I think that's strange? No. Frankly, it's actually quite refreshing. Most of the nobles I've met are hopelessly shallow and power-hungry, and very whiny. Although that may be attributed to my removing their possessions from them, so... What went wrong that brought you to this? Your older brother was killed. Under mysterious circumstances. My condolences. Truly. How recent was this? So you've hardly had a moment to grieve. I'm so sorry. I see. And for all intents and purposes, it now appears that you, the illegitimate, or so your father claims, heir has done away with your brother to claim your family's land and titles, and your old man isn't going to have any of that. Well, I don't blame you for running away from that mess. They all sound awful. Do I believe you? Yeah, I believe you. You don't strike me as being stupid enough to incriminate yourself in the death of your own brother, if that was what you wanted. Besides, and please, don't take this personally. If you were some murderer mastermind, I doubt you would have been waylaid by the likes of myself. So your stepdad is after you. Anyone else? Your mother? You think she might have had something to do with your brother's death. Typical. Typical grab for power, old as Jacob and Esau. Jacob and Esau? The Old Testament, love. Look, I may be a highway robber, but I'm a robber of distinction. I can read. Yes, even the Bible, although I don't get too cozy with priests, what with the whole... well, you know. Anyway. So you realize the situation you're in. You steal a carriage and a few horses and take off with one of your family's servants. And your plan was to get away. No offense, love, but that's pretty broad. Not to mention, you made yourself a clear target in that carriage. A carriage that can be tracked fairly easily, I might add. So where's your end goal? Where are you trying to get to? Huh. Yes, I know the place. It's almost a week's ride from here, and that's by my standards, not yours. There's no way you would have made it. Not before being spotted and overtaken. Honestly, if they do find that abandoned carriage now, they might assume the worst, and that'll buy you more time. But they may just as well track you here, if they're dead set on finding you. You all right, love? Ah. Yeah. I can imagine this is a lot. Look at me. All right? If you're willing to, I think my men and I can help you. But you'll need to ride with one of us. Yeah. You and your servant, if he wishes. We can get you there. Although I hope you weren't planning on wearing the clothes you brought with you. You'll stick out like a sore thumb. Oh. Yeah, I suppose I am still wearing your coat. Yes. We'll find you something you can blend in with. Fee? Of course there'll be a fee. But we can settle that later. I know you don't have any money. I just tried to rob you earlier, remember? Not all payment needs to be in cash, love, but again, we'll discuss that later. Your bruise is looking better, but the rest of you is looking worse. It's been a long day, and I'm afraid the days are only going to get longer. You should rest up. I have some business that needs further attending to, but I'll come and wake you when we're ready to start. Don't thank me, love. You're not out of the woods yet. What do you mean that's not what you mean? Listening to you. Love, I've done the bare minimum. I've shown you basic human dignity, that's all. You have every right to expect that kind of treatment. We all do. You know, I was wrong about you. I told you back in the road that you had never known what it was like to be impoverished and cold. Perhaps not in the same way, but I'd say you've become quite accustomed to a cold way of life. I'm sorry about that. Anyhow, as I said, make yourself comfortable and get some rest. You'll need it. What? You. Why are you looking at me like that? Never mind. Sleep well, love. I'll wake you when we're ready.